welcome to another Simpleplanes video. I figured I haven't really recorded that much in the past few days or month or whatever you'd like to call it, so hey, I thought I'd rather just go record something to get it uploaded, and you know, like you guys know I'm not dead, and that's a really loud minigun. So yeah, this is one of my own creations. I'm just going to be flying mostly my own creations, and if I do fly another person's creation, I will link that in the description. Why are we losing speed? Oh. Yeah, this is the F-29 Whiplash. I slapped it together this morning before I recorded just so that I'd actually have something to fly around. Oh, that's why we're losing speed. They knocked off our entire side pontoon. That's nice. And also my turn rate's suffering. Stop trying to get a lock on me, please. I don't need it. Did they get rid of one of my engines? I'm flying on one engine right now. Ow. Shoot. That's a no. Well, this is what the Whiplash looks like in the design. It's just something I put together, and it came out relatively nicely. I think the hardest part was just painting it, because of the way paint job works, and probably concealing that air brake, because there are no curved air brakes in it. It's kinda ugly if I'm being realistic here. Where's the Wasp? Pop chaff! Flares! I could be wrong, but I thought flares was meant to break a missile lock. I'm not sure. Now, the VTOL is for flaps, and if you deploy flaps up to this amount right here, about half of the way it could be to negative, it also boosts the turn time by a bit, so great for turn fighting. I literally designed a Spitfire of a jet. Oh, and he flew into the mountain. Good job, sir. That's not it's not how you dogfight. I hope you realize that. Fire! Nope, missed. Get the turn time going. Now the thruster on this thing is meant to be a fast response sort of thruster, so it isn't necessarily built for. What is this wobble? Oh, it's because I have my flaps deployed. Bit of a waste of a missile because we lost the lock. Get some turn time again. Want to stay on him. Honestly, the hardest part is just using the VTOL. I was trying to make the flaps so that if you activated group number 1, it would toggle the flaps. I want to get my viewpoint, but you know, we can't seem to out-turn each other. We're just going to be locked in a constant battle of turning. I'm try full flaps this time and see how that goes. Why do we have no airspeed? Pretty sure my engine's a bit stronger than this. I could be wrong. Nope, I'm wrong. The engine's relatively weak, so it can't really keep its airspeed up in a climb. Why? Because I added a bunch of dead weight onto it. Make sure it retained a bit of momentum. Works both ways, though. Dogfights like this aren't really. You know what? Let's gain some airspeed. We're just gonna level out here, and then we'll try and make him overshoot, hopefully. We're so high up at this point. I'm not saying we're crazy high up, it's just at altitude, my planes don't necessarily handle too well. Come on, you big lump, turn. My throttle's always at 95% if my joystick's maxed out, and that's just because of the way I had to map it so that it didn't bug out. There you are. Hey, there's a. Ow! My ears. Deafen that volume. That's a positive hit. But yeah, the F-29A Whiplash. As I was trying to save this, I accidentally saved a duplicate, and I just figured out how to delete all the blueprints I don't need. Hooray! I can start cleaning out my files. So this is another aircraft I made with my spare time, and it handles quite well. This is the ow. This is the Ajax. I forgot the number again because I'm terrible at remembering stuff. But this is okay. Hang on. I gotta deafen this volume here. That shouldn't be as loud. So this is mainly meant for a ground attack, and the flaps are quite effective. So let's find the beast. This has an insane amount of weaponry. It has 1 cleaver, 2 boom 50s, 6 infernos, 4 rocket pods that have a crazy fire rate, flares and chaff. It also has let me do the math real fast. 12 dumbfire rockets on top of the pods, so quite effective. So we're gonna go ahead and target the beast, and we'll send a cleaver after the destroyer over there. And after this one, we will send a few infernos. Break the lock before it can be established. And make our boom 50s. And drop those. Hope they don't. We're getting lasered. Hits on the beast. Somehow the infernos didn't take out the other. The beast should die from the. That is one lucky son of a gun. The beast protected. The beast protected the destroyer. That's some crazy dumb luck right there. There. Yeah, this thing can take quite a bit of fire. Unless they hit the rotors, then your control panels won't lock up like they normally do. You know, we have such a good payload, we can actually go over and kill the USS Tiny as well. I've tested it and it can kill both. The cleaver is supposed to be able to take out one of the battleships, but as you saw, it was protected by the. And I accidentally fired because I'm trying to turn down this volume. I literally have Simpleplanes at 1 volume, and that's acceptable right now. If I try and zoom in, yeah, see, now it's not making my ears bleed. So, if I'm correct, the Infernos have a range of about 4.3 kilometers. They are XML edited, as with a lot of the parts on this. They have an instant lock time. The Cleaver also has an instant lock time, and I think a better targeting angle. I don't really remember. The rocket pods have an decreased firing delay, so they fire very quickly. That's pretty much all that happened. If any of you know the difference between flares and chaff and why the flares didn't break a missile lock, I mean, I'm guessing flares are just meant to prevent that lock, and I guess chaff is to break the lock if it ever was established. We have maneuvering for that. Good hits, but missiles missed for some reason. Should probably start popping flaps. Use the remainder 3 rockets. Any rocket pods left? Nope. Just 3 rockets in an inferno. 2 infernos, I think. Nope, just 1. We'll fire that off, and my only gripe about this is that you can't actually use trim because of the rotors. These ailerons are attached to rotors and they have wings merged inside of them. So yeah, that you can't actually use trim with them. If you know a way to do that, then please by all means let me know, because I need a way to get trim on this. It flies well on its own, but for keyboard, this is me flying it with keyboard. It's a pain. That's why we have joystick. Okay, can't see through the fire. Well, we got the Tiny anyways. That's good. That's good, right? I mean, Tiny's gone. Now, I know this thing can take off from the Tiny, from what I understand. I don't think it can land on it. Nope. It used to be able to take off from the Tiny. Oh boy. Nope. Oops, well, I meant to say this is the B-98 Cameron, but apparently I retracted the gear a bit too early. Again, using flaps that deploy through Exit Group 1. I think this thing can take off from the Tiny, but I've said that about every single design so far. Oh yeah, definitely can. So yeah, the video's titled Overkill. So yeah, they're just those guns that decide to go pew pew, but my guns go. And these do 500 damage per shot, and they have a crazy RPM. There are 2 tracer colors because I decided to merge. I decided to merge the miniguns into each other, so that way we had a mix of tracer colors, and I also lowered the fire rate so it'd be adjusted. This can destroy the tiny in one sweep. And also there are 84 rockets in a rocket pod. If that isn't overkill, I don't know what is. And it has a bunch of Boom 50s, 7 of them I think. I haven't actually counted. I think we're out of range. Pop flaps. One thing I would like them to fix is that whenever you pop auto leveling for autopilot, it gets rid of the notifications for your action groups. If there's a way to fix that, let me know, but as far as I know, I don't have any way to fix that, and there you go. That's a minigun destroying the USS Tiny. That's packs a punch. That being said, I have turned down the Simpleplanes volume to very little on OBS, but I'm not actually sure how that sounds. We'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, there's 7 Boom 50s. I could probably destroy the entire carrier group with it. I don't know, but we'll try. You know, what is this bomb overlay? I turned my HUD off. Can we just take a second to appreciate the fact that this is a 4-engine bomber that can maneuver quite well? This is a crazy, unheard of turn time for a 4-engine bomber. And the roll rate's actually pretty good. It actually was too good, so I would barely put any roll in and it would flip itself over too quickly. This does have Infernos, but we're going to stick with the 7 Boom 50s. These have been XML scaled, so they're a bit smaller. And they look cute too, but they still pack a pretty big punch. Now, I was contemplating on adding a bomb bay, but paneling isn't necessarily something I enjoy doing. And nor is it something I have done before. I just know it's very annoying to micromanage every single part to make it look like a smooth fuselage, but it isn't. Also raises the part count, which is relatively high right now, for a lot of my builds anyways. Now, fun fact, this was actually an old design and it used to be jet-powered, but I revamped the wings and tail sections and whatnot just to make it look nice, and I thought we might as well just add some, I think these are called turboprops, and they're just basically propellers with 2 engines. Russian design, I think. I mean, there are some American turboprops. I don't even know if that's the right right name, but, you know, hey. This does have chaff and flares, and it looks amazing at nighttime when it's deployed. I'll post a few screenshots right here. And here we are going in to get rid of this destroyer. Hope those hit. Tried up one destroyer. Maybe the beast? How did I miss? Alright, well, we have rocket pods for that sole purpose. Break that lock. And a minigun. Don't forget the minigun. Oh, we lost an engine. That's not good. Oh my, we are on fire. We are very majorly on fire. That's just not good. They got a lock. Broke the lock. Let's get out of here. Oh, and we're gone. I don't know why, it looks amazing. I love the damage update, and I still do. Well, I mean, we hit the destroyer and heavily damaged the beast. That counts. Oh, I'm just gonna take off from the USS Tiny again. Yeah, no. We are okay. One thing I did have on this, on its early versions, were like 3 sized cleavers that were tiny, so that they would fit on the belly, but I removed that in the final version. So I think we should just use Infernos to take out the escorts, and then we can take out the beast with a well-placed bomb barrage. We're approaching the destroyers now. 4.3 is when we can start opening up with the Infernos. Four is how you break. Alright, so now we can select our Boom 50s and just go in for a strafe. Alright, yeah, the other one's gone. 7 should be enough to finish. Bombs away. Hope that doesn't blow us up because of the crazy blast radius. Nope, beast is gone. Now just for cinematics, we could go around and strafe it with the minigun. Always looks cool. If I can actually aim correctly. I always over-adjust with the rudder. Where's Phil Swift with his lot of damage? Because he would be proud right there. Totally didn't make a Flex Seal reference in 2019. Alright, so we're just gonna tab over to the convoy, and we can destroy that with the remaining load. So here we are, just use location to pop over. And once we find the convoy, we can just unleash everything on them. We still have the 84 rockets in the rocket pod and 12 rockets. We'll just use the rockets first and save the rocket pods. We might even be able to destroy the USS Tiny too, and its escorts with this, but the World War II destroyers, I dare say, are way more deadly than the Beast's escorts just because of the flak. And its area of effect, you can't tell where they're shooting at, and you never know if you're going to be blown out of the sky. That's usually what happens, just from experience. And also, I don't know if I've mentioned the countermeasures are also HML edited, so they have a lot of ammo. A lot of flares and chaff. I think well over 900, just because it's annoying when you run out, and you can never have enough flares. Nope, that's a fail. I don't know what I was doing. Hey, I mean, I got some of them. Counts. Ground. And we're just use the bombs, why not? Right, here we are, AA tanks are just over there when I activate group 2. Go straight in for that bomb drop, and strafe it all along there. Boom. You're gone. Oh my gosh. If that isn't a perfect drop, I don't know what... Actually, no, that's not a perfect drop. I was so poorly lined up, I had to do last-minute adjustments. Now we have to find the USS Tiny 2, which is probably going to require another 5 minutes of flying. Which means I should probably start increasing altitude so I can get into thinner air where I perform better. Look at that carnage in the valley. That's beautiful. But at the same token, very destructive. So I think the plan for this attack is just going to be to start strafing them with the miniguns in my rocket pods. Because it'll do a bit... Am I just heading the wrong way? No, I'm heading the right way. Wrong heading, though. There they are. We're going to come in from the side, so... No, this is a very poor attack angle. We're going to come in from that destroyer over there. Now, we can open fire with our rockets from a considerable distance. Minigun is going to be somewhere around 1.5 miles. But the rocks we can open up somewhere around 3 just because we have so many of them. And their range is pretty decent. Let's go ahead and start a turn in and pop flaps so we don't overspeed. I don't want to go too fast for this approach. I'm also not using any locked weapons because the World War II destroyers could probably blast me out of the sky before I get close. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I'm having to nose down constantly just because the flaps are so powerful. I still have yet to create a perfect flight model for any of my aircraft. One down. We're going to focus the other destroyer. Oh, we're hit. Missiles on fire. That's not good. Shoot. Okay. Well, there's nothing to jettison the missile, so we're just gonna have to hope it doesn't explode. Airship. Nope. Yep. I predicted that. At least it looked cool. So on that note, we are gonna leave the video off there. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry my upload schedule has been a bit hectic. And yeah, this is pretty much the time I've had to actually record a legitimate video, so if you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and do feel free to subscribe for some more content. I'll probably be doing a bit of Simpleplanes in the future, considering that Ocelot's been quite busy, so we haven't really had too much time to resume the survival series. I'd rather record that together with him. Aside from that, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.